Oh, no edits. No edits, no edits, no edits, no edits, no edits, no edits. What's up, YouTube? It's me, King. We back with another video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, do everything YouTube friendly. Or don't do any of that shit, bro. Just vibe. Just vibe, enjoy, you know. Today we're gonna talk about why grooming matters more as a man. Grooming is very important as a man, bro. It can boost you overall. It's just a boost. Like, it can really boost you overall. I can say that you can go from like a 65 overall to like a 78, 79 overall just based off your grooming alone, right? When you want to go into the 80s and the up, that's when you want to have the money. That's when you want to have the status. That's when you want to have the mannerisms, all the other shit, right? But you can get to like a 78 overall just by having basic grooming tendencies, right? Taking care of yourself, because it's an overall boost. For example, it's an attractiveness boost, right? Women are gonna view you as more attractive if you're taking care of yourself, if you're making sure that you're getting a haircut, you know, getting tape-ups, you know, working on your smell, cologne, or just, you know, bathing. A lot of y'all be having trouble getting in the tub, bro. Crazy. But, you know, take care of yourself and people are gonna respond to that because it's an increase in the way they view you sexually. They view you more attractive. You're more of a temptation when you're taking care of yourself, bro. You know, it helps set you apart. We like to talk about hypergamy, bro, and how women want their best options. Working on your grooming is gonna set you apart because not a lot of men is focused on that. So you automatically get a boost. You automatically, you know, she view you a little bit more attractive because you put in more effort to work on how you look, how you represent yourself, right? And another thing about grooming and making sure that you're well taken care of is it represents mental stability, bro. It represents that you got order in your life, that you know how to take lead and make an environment that's comfortable, make an environment that's up to date in a sense, because you taking care of yourself, it's only gonna translate in other areas. It's only gonna be able to be transferable into other actions that you're doing. So it's gonna show. It represents mental stability. It represents order. It represents, you know, you got it figured out. You got some sort of, you know, understanding, grasp of the world around you, bro. Like, it just represents that you know how to come across, you worked on these things, and that you have the ability, bro. Just having your clothes in order and yeah, some shit, you know. I'm just talking, by the way, like, this shit just coming off the head, no script, no plans, just let it go, let it ride, no edits. I'm probably not gonna edit this video, you know. But another thing it does is it gives her clout. That's why women like fucking with dudes who got their shit together, you know, who got their appearance together, because it gives her a certain amount of clout. Other women are gonna see that and be like, oh, she bag herself a good man, a man who looks presentable. That's why being presentable is a big deal, because it allows her to bring other people around you. And when they judge, because she understands that people judge, they're always gonna judge. When they judge, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, she looked like she had the ability to get herself a man who just can attract, who's attractive, right? That's gonna give her clout. That's gonna boost her appearance, her representation, you know. That's gonna do it for her. That's gonna give her a little bit more say-so, right? In that whole dynamic. in that whole field, because you gotta understand, bro, the way women interpret things and communicate is different from how men communicate and interpret things with other men, bro. Right? Their whole hierarchy is based off different shit than what ours are. So her being able to attract and keep a man who has his shit together and looks good, that's gonna give her clout. Another thing grooming does is it boosts your aura. You feel good about yourself, so you move differently, you talk differently because you feel good. You feel like a little bit more life is in you. You're flowing better, you're moving better because you feel more optimistic, you know. You have a positive outlet, and that's gonna be identifiable by other people. They're gonna see that and be like, damn, they want that energy. Because that's what you gotta remember. Women are attracted to the vibe just as much as the mind. The energy is a big fucking deal to her because she's more receptive around you. So she's gonna be taking on your energy totally differently than how you're taking on her energy. She's gonna be kind of, you know, she wanna be in your skin. She wanna feel you. So your aura, the better you feel about yourself, the better aura you can give off. And she's gonna be the receptor of that good energy, you know. I like the vibe. You hear girls say that a lot. I like the vibe. That's like, she like the way he thinks and the way he moves. It just presents itself in a certain way. Another thing grooming does is it makes you look like you got money. You look like money. You look presentable. You look like money, right? It's not cheap to get a haircut these days. I bet, I know mine's like $30 and he fucked with me. I've been going with him since a long time, bro, like a while. Probably like 5-6 years he been cutting my hair, so like I still get discounts and shit. While other people paying like, I think the typical like 40, 45, 50. Like haircuts got expensive these days, you know. Other shit, just face wash or lotion, all these things take funds to acquire. So you look like you got money, you look like you take care of yourself, so you look like you got some financial responsibility, some financial understanding of how to manage your money, how to spend on things that you need to boost your overall. You know, like I said, you can go from a 65 to like a 78 overall just based off grooming yourself. That's it. And then you got the money, you got the fucking, you in that gym, you got the dynamics, the understanding. Bro, your overall can be 99, damn near 100 if you just continue working on yourself. But grooming is a good foundation to start. If you like the video, man, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, do everything YouTube friendly. See you in the next one. Bye.